What's up guys, XCW Tech, and I have the iPhone 10. Been waiting for this thing for a long time. Let's unbox it and let's look at the features. Got the pull tab here. Have the 256 gig black. Oh yeah. Comes off right. Oh, here we go. Woo! We got the paperwork, normal paperwork, Apple stickers. Then we got the phone. Oh wow, this thing is nice. Got the camera on the back, all glass on the front. Let's start booting this up. There we go. That's Apple symbol. You got your regular earpods, not AirPods. Dongle life. Has fast charging, but of course, we don't get that in the box. We got our regular power cord. Can't get enough of those. So that's what we have in the box. I'm gonna boot this thing up, and then we're gonna look at the features. But first we do that, gotta get the sound. Got the phone ready. It's all booted up. So I'll use Face ID, unlocks. It's really pretty quick. So the first thing I want to talk about is the screen. I think the screen looks fantastic. It takes up almost all of it, except for the notch, which we'll get out of the way right now. The notch to me at first looked weird, but now I think it's okay. I think it more of an expansion than an intrusion. And after about 30 minutes of playing with the phone, I don't really notice it anymore. The next thing I want to talk about is the screen overall, about the blue tint rumor that's going around. There is a blue tint. When you don't have True Tone on, you can really see the blue tint whenever you turn it sideways. I still don't think it's as bad as the Pixel 2. I think the Pixel 2 is just terrible. The blue tint on there is horrible. But when you have True Tone on, the screen looks really good. The next thing I want to talk about is how they manage bigger screen. One thing with the screen, I think they use a lot of the space pretty well, but as you can see, below the keyboard, there's only smiley face for emojis and this Siri. There's a large space in here that can be used for many different things. They could put the apps down there. I think that would be perfect if they put all the apps, instead of putting them up there, and put them all down here. But overall, I think the screen looks really good. I don't think the notch is bad at all, and I don't see the blue tint. Alright, so we got Face ID right here. We'll get it set up. So to get started, I'm gonna bring it around town. Gives you a good neck stretch. So you use twice. Do it again. There we go. Same Face ID complete. So we'll click done. It's pretty fast. Bam, swipe up, you're good to go. So a little bit about Face ID. I think it works pretty good. Pretty much every time for me, I haven't had any issues with it. Maybe if I'm too far away, it won't work, or if I'm really close in bed, it sometimes won't work and I'll have to kind of go back and forth with it. But on my day-to-day use, I haven't had any issues with it. I really like it, and I think more apps will start to come onto it. Something really cool is that in iOS 11, they're kind of making this like one password where all the passwords will go into your passwords and keychains. You can see it in your settings, and Face ID will unlock that. So it's kind of like having one password, which is really cool. So the emojis, Apple spent a long time on them at their keynote, which is pretty funny, but they work pretty well. You got the panda one, you got the fox. What does the fox say? Haha. But they work really well. Like the technology is good. I think it follows your face and tracks it well. I think apps will start to expand more using that technology. We'll see if Animojis is just a fad or if actually it's something that Apple will expand on. So that's something to look forward to. But overall, I think the Animojis is all right. They're pretty fun to use and send to friends. So what we have next, we have the gestures. To get in, I'll do Face ID, it'll unlock it, and I'll swipe up. It's pretty easy and it's fast. Click into an app, say Safari app, and you click up, it goes back home. The home button's not here anymore and it's not gonna come back. I think this replaces it. Swiping up is good. I think it's a quick and fast alternative. The next thing, to get to the apps, hold it down and go to the right. So if you're facing the phone, you hold it down, go to the right, and you can look through all your apps right here. You can't swipe up to get rid of all the apps. Now you have to hold down, and then it brings them up, and you can start deleting them. That's a little different than before. This goes back to the Palm Pre technology. I had a Palm Pre. It's kind of interesting. That's where the swiping came from with these cards. Palm Pre had that. But I hope they bring back the swiping up to get rid of all the apps. I think that's faster than holding down and then getting rid of them. Another gesture you can do, say you're in an app and you swipe across between apps from the bottom. That's a good alternative than having to swipe up all the way around, wait, and then click. All you have to do is click on an app. If you're in it, you swipe across to go back and forth. Now, instead of swiping up to get to the control center, now you swipe down facing the phone on the right side. It's a little higher, but I haven't had a big issue with it. Now you swipe on the left side. If you swipe from the left, you go down to the main menu where a lot of notifications are. A lot of people, they use, when you double tapped not firmly on the home button on like an iPhone 8 or iPhone 7, it's called reachability. It would bring it down. A lot of people thought it was gone. Reachability is not gone. If you go into your settings, you can change it to search reachability and change it in the settings. You just kind of go down on the phone. So let's go home and let's show it. So you just kind of, in the middle of the phone, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. So overall, I think Face ID and the gestures, I think they work really well. I honestly think Apple did a good job. The home button was a big part to the whole iOS system, and they took a real risk with taking it away. But I like it. All this screen looks really good. And so the gestures and Face ID do a well job of replacing the home button. So the next thing we're going to talk about, the camera. It's different. It's vertical now, but I like it. I came from an iPhone 7, not an iPhone 7 Plus, and taking photos on this, I've seen a big difference. Here's a couple photos to look at. Portrait mode works really well, especially on the rear camera. The front camera is good, but the rear camera actually does a fantastic job. The photos are real crispy, and the videos come out real crispy. Another feature of this phone is shoot 60 frames a second at 4K. Some DSLRs that are in the $1,500 to $2,000 range don't even do that. That's crazy. Or 1080p at 240 frames a second, that's outrageous. And I think that's pretty cool that Apple included. It just shows that how far technology has come to the first iPhone only being able to take photos into now this shooting in 4K at 60 frames a second in 10 years. That's really cool. After using this phone for a couple of days, I know it's only been a couple of days, I've gotten used to Face ID. I've gotten used to the home button being gone, and I'm fine with it. I think watching videos on this screen is way better than watching it on the iPhone 7 or the iPhone 7 Plus. I think the speakers, I know they got, 25% better. They're really loud. Actually, when my alarm went off in the morning, I was like, wow, that is blasting. And when I play music, I can hear it, like, clearly. It doesn't get all garbled up whenever you're on the loudest one. The phone is so fast. I think the A11 Bionic chip works really well. It is super fast. The bench scores just show how fast it is compared to the Pixel 2 or the S8. It blows it out of the water. I know benchmarks are different than the day-to-day use, and the S8 and the Pixel 2 are excellent phones. Don't get me wrong, those are really good phones. But I think this phone is just really fast after playing with those phones. But overall, I'm excited about the iPhone 10. I think this phone is great. Is it worth the $1,000 price tag? That depends on the features. Are you going to use Face ID? Are you going to use the camera? Are you going to use the gestures and get used to it? If you're not, maybe the iPhone 8 is for you. It's like the Apple Watch. I've told people come up to me and ask me, is the Apple Watch good? Depends. Are you going to use it? Or are you going to use the features? It's the same with the iPhone 10. If you use these features, I think you'll love it. I think you'll be fine paying the $1,000. But that's up to you. So that's all I have for y'all today. Hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and y'all have a good day. See ya.